You just muted it.
Nope, I unmuted it because we are finally live here. Welcome to Phantom Live, everybody. I'm TJ. This is Matt, our special guest, Skeeter. We'll get to Skeeter in just a minute, but thank you guys for joining us. If you're watching this live, remember, we like this to be an interactive podcast. So anytime during tonight's podcast, you can leave us questions in the chat. If it's on topic, we'll answer it at the moment. Sometimes we'll get off topic. That's fine too. But there will also be a Q&A section at the end where we'll answer all your burning questions that you might have for us on this awesome outdoor podcast. The best outdoor podcast in the Low Country. Did you know?
I didn't know.
Rated by me, myself, and I, baby. Let's go. But hey, also we want to encourage you guys to follow Phantom Outdoors on all of our socials. We are on Instagram. We are on TikTok. We are on YouTube. And if you're watching live, you're already right here on our Facebook page. Go ahead and give us a like, a follow, or a subscribe, whatever platform you're watching this on. We have some cool plans for the YouTube. I know I've been saying that a lot. I just need to get Matt to go fishing with me so we can film some cool content.
Probably not going to happen.
Not going to happen, guys. You heard it here first. Oh, man. But
it's hunting season.
It's hunting season, baby.
Fishing. We'll talk about fishing in January, Bubba.
It is hunting season. We'll talk about hunting. But first, let me introduce you guys to our friend Skeeter.
My buddy Skeeter.
Our buddy Skeeter. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Skeeter.
Born here, right here in the Low Country. Lived here all my life. Don't do nothing but work, fish, and hunt.
Okay.
About all there is to do and raise these youngins of mine.
There you go.
All right.
Our beautiful expansion on the back was done by Skeeter.
He was telling me that.
RWC Builders.
He was telling
did
me
a phenomenal job. Everybody that's been in here, you can see what he's done. Been great.
Dang, if you would have let me know, I could have put like his logo up on the screen or something.
Yeah,
that would have been cool. RWC Builders.
Falling down on the job, TJ.
Dang, I had one job.
One job, TJ.
Hey,
You're supposed to help promote my business.
I'm sorry,
I
guys.
promote Phantom.
That's right.
I think I pay enough here every month to at least keep the lights on.
That's
Lights
true.
on. There you go.
And we appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Hey, if I could get someone to type, there we go. Ryan Bowles.
Oh, here we go.
In the chat. Legend. Big fish.
They have been waiting. If y'all don't do nothing but read the comments, it ought to be great tonight.
Here it goes.
Oh, Lord.
He said, big fish catching, button, buck killing, legend. Tony Gray said, the legend Skeeter Wayne, trained by the Matt Murphy and Ryan Bowles.
No.
Can you speak any truth to that? Is that true?
I don't know. I think me and Ryan's fished together once. I think I taught him something. I actually converted him over that day.
Let's hear the story. What was it?
He put down the ferry one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So you heard it here, guys. Skeeter taught Ryan, our last guest, how to use a bait caster.
That was great.
It actually surprised me that day. I got a good laugh out of it.
Ryan can power fish too.
Oh yeah, he can.
He just got everybody dummied. He thinks that's all he got is spinning rods.
He's faking y'all out.
Oh yeah.
All right. 3 boats go out. 1v1v1. Skeeter, Matt Murphy, Ryan Bowles. Who brings the biggest 5 back?
Can I vote against myself?
Yeah, I didn't think you would win.
I mean, I'd put my money on Ryan.
I was going to pick Ryan too.
But who wins the biggest fish? I mean, all day long I'm putting my money on myself. I've won enough of them this year.
He does. He's won a bunch. Yeah, but I'd have to 5. I hadn't caught 5 in the last 5 months, so I'd have to go with somebody else.
I actually told Ryan the other day, you know, I'm like, man, you're easy. You catch a limit easy on Cooper River.
Yeah.
No doubt. I said, when it gets tough down there, I catch a hard time on catching a limit. But I can catch a big fish. So I told him, I said, next year I think I'll just fish out the back of your boat. I'll go for the big fish. You just catch the limit.
Yeah.
I said, we might win some money that way.
Sound like a dynamic team.
Ryan said he couldn't show you any of his secrets. That was the thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't show them to me either.
Tony Gray said Brandon Riley has his vote.
Brandon Riley's definitely got my vote.
Brandon Riley's sold. He ain't even got Facebook.
Yeah.
He ain't seeing this, Tony Gray. Come on.
I actually got a call from him yesterday. I asked him, did you dial the wrong number? I was like, I got a phone call from a local legend.
No, Brandon is definitely a legend. He'll go down as a legend. He's done a lot. He back a few years ago, man, good gravy. He made me mad when he pulled in the boat landing. He was winning like crazy.
I always just walk over there and start handing him my money. I'm like, here, should I just go ahead and give you my entry fee now?
Yeah. Brandon Riley, I'm watching right now.
Oh,
boys.
is he? Well, good to go. I'm glad I gave you a compliment.
He's hoping I'll let him in on some of my butt secrets on how to kill them little small bucks.
Brandon's by far he's a good hunter. Actually, I'd say if I had to pick one thing about Brandon that he's best at in the outdoors, and this is a sentimental moment, Brandon. He's best at raising kids. He's good. He's raised one heck of a son.
That's good.
Kept him in the outdoors, kept him out of trouble. But Brandon's a good fisherman, good hunter. They do about everything. And he don't eat fish. Catch more fish than everybody in South Carolina and don't eat a fish.
Cool.
He raised Christopher's already beating us in tournaments.
I know.
Already.
Raising the next legend.
Oh, that's Christopher's dad?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's Christopher's
Small
dad.
world.
I'm connecting the dots, boys.
There you go.
Brandon, what are you doing in 2 weeks? You want to come have a seat with us? And he said, thanks, Matt. So let's get to know Skeeter a little bit better, because I know Skeeter just in passing in the shop. The other these are non-fishing related questions, by the way.
Oh Lord!
Last night I'm sitting down with my family, and I said, if you guys were on death row and you got one last meal,
y'all want to see Phantom Mom? Hang on 1 second. I'm gonna embarrass her. Come on, come here, come here.
They're waiting for. They really want.
They're commenting. Come on, say hey. Oh yeah, embarrassment time. You got to come in the middle.
Erica, come on. They can. Erica, if you could have...
She was watching from the sideline. She didn't know I was going to get her in the middle. So everybody tell Erica hi.
Erica, what would your last meal be if you were on death row? You got one last meal.
Italian.
She said Italian.
Okay.
Yep.
Skeeter?
I'd say, fried shrimp.
That's dang, I didn't even think about that last night.
I'm a big seafood eater.
What would your answer be?
I'd probably eat the biggest ribeye Hull's had.
Okay.
And talking about fried shrimp, another talent Brandon's got. He can make the best coconut shrimp you'll ever eat in your life.
Okay. Challenge
maybe
accepted.
I love Brandon. I don't know. I must love Brandon.
He's got a...
Brandon's my hero.
That's what I was going to say. Steven
Leonard
said Halls.
Well, he's there every other night.
Yeah,
so,
boy.
Next time you want the Leonard special.
Yeah,
that's
Leonard
right.
special. He swears up and down he goes there and eat hot dogs.
Bro, Steven has a booth on retainer at Halls. He's there so much.
He walks in, hey, Mr. Leonard.
Come on,
Mr. Leonard, your booth is ready
for you.
Yeah.
Come on over here and get your hot dog.
Right here.
Oh, hey, Jamie, come on.
Oh, gosh. Mine would be, I think if it was like today, I would say King's Pizza's chicken Alfredo. That
Really?
stuff's so good, Bo. Have you had it?
Gosh,
man, so
I mean, if I'm dying, I'm eating steak.
Alfredo like from
Or
Domino's. I'm an old country boy. We ain't got places like that.
Or a hand like homemade.
I see that comment, Ryan.
He said, "Man,
he's jealous. I'm crushing on his man friend."
Well, Ryan, you're my hero, so for what it's worth. We asked Ryan this question. Skeeter will ask you this question: if you could go pro in one series, would you rather it be Major League Fishing or the Elites, and why?
I mean, honestly, that's something, me and a few of our buddies have talked about. I think I would do better in Major League Fishing. I mean, just because of the format.
Right.
I could go out and catch plenty of small fish, obviously. And then I'll get that one big kicker.
Yeah.
But, putting together 5 fish for 30 pounds, done in practice.
Right.
Can't do it on a tournament day. But, hey, that's what it's all about, is getting out there and figuring out the body of water. But I honestly think, I would do better in the MLF. I really would like to go to bass, but I think MLF would suit me better as far as just being able to catch numbers of fish.
Do you think the fact that format's not like replicatable, like for the local scene, might hurt it a little bit?
It would, because you got to think, to do that on a local scene, you're going to have to keep all those fish in a live well until weigh-in.
Oh, true.
Mm-hmm. Because unfortunately, nobody's going to give up their free time to go out there and be a judge to sit in a boat all day long and constantly weigh in every single fish you catch throughout the day.
True.
And there's already enough pressure on our bodies of water. Santee, with all the coverage it's gotten in the last few years, which, I mean, Santee's always had a big name throughout the United States. But, I mean, look at it, how many weekly tournaments happen throughout the summer down on Cooper River. Yeah. I mean, you got 6-7 tournaments a week between clubs and all that. And, you can tell that, that fishing pressure, it hurts. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can go down there and catch little 1-pounders all day long, but, 5 or 6 pounds ain't going to cut you a check.
Right.
I mean, sooner or later, you're just like, man, what do I do here?
Yeah.
Do I swing swing for the fence or go to catch a limit. And, you know, me personally, I'm gonna go out there and swing for the fence. I mean,
Right.
it's the only way you're gonna try to win.
Back years, it's probably been 10 years ago now. I used to throw a tournament called the Big Fish Bash. That's all it was. We did it in the wintertime, weigh in one fish.
Cool.
But
There you
well, what we greatly learned from Dave Bronson is I didn't have a whole lot of rules. It was just a bunch of buddies catch the one heaviest fish. I didn't say you could only weigh in one. So Dave Bronson came into the first one and he had like a 9.2, a 8.7, and a 7.10, and won all three places. So nobody. So after that, we said one person can only weigh in one fish. I didn't stipulate in the rules.
Jeez.
So
He sucked
Bronson,
up the whole pot.
the river used to be amazing, man. It was, oh my gosh, it was so good to fish in the wintertime. I don't know what's happened to it.
I want to go. You know, I've heard the stories and I've never tried it. I want to go out there on Cooper at night.
It's fun.
You know,
Yeah.
I've heard of stories of like 38, 40-pound bags being caught out there at night, and it's you know, doing stuff that I like to do, throwing a big buzz bait, you know, a big spinner bait, a big worm, you know, stuff like that. And you know, I wouldn't know what to think if I went down there and caught a 40-pound sack at night.
Yeah.
I mean,
My
they wouldn't
bet-
be able to keep me off that river every night.
My best bag of fish on the Cooper River ever was 24 something. It was in the high 24s, almost 25, but I did not break 25. Best bag I ever had. We were fishing a Goose Creek 26-hour tournament called Oldham Fish at Night. Will Smith, I was in the back of his boat, and he beat me with like 26 something out in front of the boat. So we caught over 50 pounds of fish in that boat that night.
Jeez.
All right, it was great. I think he came in third. I think Eddie Cox won it with right at 30 pounds that night, and maybe Cecil Wolf maybe was second. I can't remember.
I didn't know nothing about that tournament till the other day. You know,
Michael won.
Michael Craven
Yeah.
started fishing with them this year. You know, and obviously Michael's been on the roll down there at Cooper
He has.
River.
He has.
I mean that.
Him and James Fender boat him. Them fellas.
I mean, them guys live and die on
beating
that
up on
water. I mean,
Yeah.
You know, me and Michael, we're both the same way. You know, you can ask my wife every weekend. I'm fishing. You know, now the hunting season, I'll start kind of leaning back. You know, I got a tournament this weekend, but so obviously I won't be hunting. But you know, I'm happy for him. You know, he's put in a lot of time down there.
Oh yeah.
You know, you know, I've had people ask me, you know, what's he doing? I said, well, nothing no different.
Fishing harder than everybody else.
He's fishing.
Yeah.
He's fishing, and just, you know, he's got that luck. I said, you know, you pull up at the right spot at the right time, and you know, you'll catch them. You know, and you got to have confidence in what you're throwing, and just stick with your confidence baits and just go with it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and that's the problem with a lot of, you know, throw something for 5 minutes, and you're like, oh, they ain't biting this. You know, let me, you know, try this, try that. You know,
For sure.
I mean, heck, I've even done that the past month. It's kind of been for me.
Yeah.
And it's like, I actually contemplated throwing a Ned rig the other day. And I was like, I don't even think I own something to even throw a Ned rig on. And it was like, yeah, that's not happening. I'll stick with a big line, big weight, and keep right on rocking. So
Going for it.
Ken Ellis used to he had a trail back in the day called the Santee Trail. And they fished a river tournament in July or August, and they always fished. That was an all-night tournament. First time I think I ever went fishing with George Murdoch, good buddy of mine. A lot of people around here know him. Awesome guy. Asked me if I wanted to go night fishing, and I was like, yeah, sounds like an awesome time. And it was one of those nights. I bet you we ended up, I don't remember if we won. I know we had big fish, but it was only like 5 pounds. It wasn't like 20 pounds won it, but I bet you me and George caught 60 bass that night on a buzz bait.
Dang, son.
It was just one of those nights. I went on so many trips that was horrible in the nighttime, and I can remember 3 that was good. But they're not all good.
well, you know,
Eddie Cox, probably the best night fisherman, most consistent night fisherman I've ever seen. He was always good at night.
So you just fishing off a sound at that point, like
No, you can actually see if once you cut all the lights and all that off, you're actually,
especially on a full moon.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
and then on, you know, with black lights, you can see monofilament line, clear fluorescent line. You can see it; it glows like a rope on the water. It helps.
So my first tournament in the club I'm in, me and Robin Rogers, the sun's not come up. We blast off. We get to our first spot, and he turns on a black light, and I'm like, I realize I don't know anything about fishing. Why do we have a black light? And he, for that same reason.
I would say if you see somebody with a black light, you can almost say they're old school.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you go up from Hartwell north, I mean, those guys like up at Chickamauga, you know, we found out they have night tournaments like 4 or 5 days a week up there.
Dang.
Those guys will fish, you know, a 6-8 hour tournament through the night.
That's
But
pretty cool.
you know, they're on lakes that, you know, we couldn't do that on Santee. I fished one, I think, last year or the year before that Rod threw. We fished till like 12 o'clock that night. And that was just like the worst thing ever. It was mayflies in your drink, everything. I mean, the whole boat was just covered in mayflies. I'm like,
when the fish are not biting, it is the most horrible time. Because you'll sweat, you can't see nothing, you'll break off, you'll tangle up. You can't, I mean, it's just, when they're biting, it's great. But boy, when they're not biting, it's such a long night.
Especially casting the trees. I mean, it's
for sure.
It's kind of hard on Santee at night.
Darren said there's already several states with MLF formats who are having good responses with volunteer judges. I think that's pretty cool. I don't think that you would probably see that like at the club level like we were talking about earlier. But you never know.
I mean, I would think that, which I understand. You know, nobody trusts anybody anymore.
Correct.
You know, if I was a member of a club, say Goose Creek or whatever, I mean, you know, that's a trust issue. Anybody. I'd like to see it, you know, even if you just went on the honor system and weighed each fish in, and you know, I mean, most people's honest. They want to beat you, but they want to know in their heart they beat you. They're not out for money. You know what I mean? I say most, not all, but I would like to see it.
I don't have a I don't know how this would work, but coming from kayak fishing, in kayak you catch, photo, release every fish, and you have an identifier that has to be in that picture, so it definitely cuts down on, you know, the cheating. Maybe there's some way to implement that identifier in your picture of the scale, using apps like TourneyX to keep up. So maybe there are ways to get that format, but if you think about it, you know, in that format you're catching as many fish in that time period as possible. If you have to catch a fish, stop, weigh it, take a picture, upload it to an app, make sure your identifier's in the picture, like, that's taking a lot of time out.
You know, there was that kind of went on right there at the beginning of COVID and all that, and you know, the bad thing about that is that a lot of people didn't like it was that whenever you upload your pic, you know, it sends your GPS and all that.
Oh, true.
So therefore, you're giving away your spot. You know, and I'm not gonna say some people, I'm not gonna say no names, but you know, catch fish and just going out in the middle of the lake and take your picture.
Yeah.
That way, said director cannot get your waypoint.
True.
You know, so it's but at the end of the day, you know, me and Ryan actually talked about that the other day. I want to go by weight. I don't want to go by, well, I caught 146 inches of fish today.
Right.
You know, I'm not a kayak guy.
Correct.
Honestly, I'll probably never convert over to that. I see a kayak going toward a group of trees on Santee. I'm racing over there to beat them to them.
At least
let them ride.
At least you're honest.
Let them ride the weight.
That's right.
So
at least you're honest.
it's but you know, I mean, a lot of those guys like it. You know, and more power to them. You know, I mean,
I think it's. I'd have to say, and kayak guys, please don't hold this against me. I'd have to say it's like the gateway, maybe, where you don't need a $50,000 boat to go fishing. And I respect that. I personally think you probably have to have a little more skill winning a tournament out of a kayak than you do out of a bass boat. As far as, I don't mean fishing skill and all that, but you have a very small area that you would probably have to pick apart really well.
Right.
I'm sure it's a lot harder to cast sitting on the water. You know, probably pretty hard to skip a worm under a tree. You know, like stuff like that. So,
I don't know, because you're down there at it.
Yeah, you
know
may.
what I mean? It might be easier. I don't know. I've never tried it.
I'm too big. I can't fit.
I always stood up on my kayak.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole different ball game.
Sure.
Was you a gymnastic or something when you was young?
He probably was.
You got good balance.
I played tennis.
What's
but
Brian
you on the
Mitchell
pommel
saying?
horse?
Nope. What's he noping?
He's saying
nope.
nope. Probably about it being easier to skit. It's pretty. TJ Anderson said Duck Fest, Santee Cooper, October 1st.
Yep.
Is that a bass tournament?
Yep.
You want to fish it?
No, that's a rut. That's
a rut, baby.
That's getting close to rut.
That's the week before the 6th, man. So I'll definitely myself. I know I'll be up there and fishing that, preparing for the 6th, man.
That's the day after my wife's birthday. So usually when it's her birthday, that whole week I have to like birthday Stacy.
Yeah.
Better take her to holes.
Yeah.
Steven, can they get your booth at
Yeah,
Austin?
Steven, can we get your booth?
Do you have a coupon or coupon, as they call it?
It's easy to fish out of a kayak.
I
okay.
think they both have their pros and cons, and both have their benefits in there. What's the other word? What's the opposite of benefit? Sucks. Yeah. So I was a kayak guy for about a year. I sold my kayak and bought my little crappy John boat with a 15 on the back. Literally, about the same price. I think I paid less for the John boat than I did the kayak. But I like that you said it's a gateway. That's exactly how. No offense to professional kayak anglers, but for me, it was 100% like I got the kayak knowing that I was going to step into a boat later.
Well, you in Berkeley County, every one of us cut our teeth in a John boat.
You know
I guarantee you.
You know how many people, just like myself, has a boat, $70,000, $80,000, $90,000, got $20,000 in electronics. You know how many times we get our teeth kicked in by a guy in a 16-foot or 14-foot John boat with a 10 horsepower on the back?
That's true.
All the time. Those are the guys you got to watch out for.
Yep.
Look at the guys that won the Working Man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Somebody, who was it? Somebody said that the other day. They were in the John boat.
Cool.
Won all that money. I was like, yeah, don't upgrade. I keep fishing out of it.
Ryan Coleman, y'all got any of them mini-me spinner baits? Great show. We actually do.
Yeah, we got plenty, buddy.
Right over here. And Skeeter pointed out to me that one color is the TJ Special. So I'm going to have to buy that spinner bait.
The pink one?
No.
It's actually
It actually wasn't the pink one.
Oh, I figured it'd be the pink one.
You figured it'd be something bright.
I just happened to pick it up and I was like, TJ, it's got your name on it.
That's right.
So, I know which one that one is, yeah.
It's the best one on that rack. Dude. I don't
There you
even
go.
fish spinner baits.
Fish it.
But thank you for watching the show, Ryan. Derek said I love kayak bass fishing. I did too. I just, like I said, I always saw it as a stepping stone. What do we want to talk about next? Do we want to jump into your topics or?
We can.
Okay.
We just come back from Indiana.
Yeah.
Went to our tackle show. Turned out to be probably more hunting stuff than fishing stuff. We did stock up on some cool stuff. We'll have, next week, the Slobber Knockers will be here. All the new Berkeley trailers. Pretty cool looking bait.
Heck yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I actually got to put a Slobber Knocker with the Berkeley trailer in the water in a little test pool.
Cool.
Pretty legit.
Is it like immediate difference?
I'm not going to say that. Okay. I'm not going to say it's what's the most frequent thing? It's not the game changer, but it is different. It actually, I think it's a little louder. It probably ticks a little bit harder.
Okay.
Other than that, very very similar. It looks good.
It wanders a little more too, don't it?
Seemed like it did.
Hunts, as they say.
Hunts,
Yeah.
it did.
Yep.
The color schemes on it were great. The paint jobs on them were great. The way they matched the trailers to each color was what really blew. Because you're always looking at like a green pumpkin shad. It's my favorite color, chatterbait or jackhammer or whatever brand you like. You're always looking for that, and you're taking dye pens and trying to make your thing. They actually have a trailer color for each bait.
Oh, cool.
So you can almost buy a set, and the colors are the same, kind of the same name. Very cool looking. Their new trailer, kind of it's like a razor shad style trailer, straight tail, no action. The bait imparts the action.
Yeah.
Look very good. Got a bunch of Senkos coming. Got some Zlinkos. Is that
cool?
Zlinkos coming.
I want to try those for sure.
Yeah.
We actually upped our game on Daiwa. We went all the rods, all the reels. So now everybody just asked that, hey, do y'all going to carry the flipping pitch and all that? Yes, we are. New rod company that you'll see coming in, Temple Fork Outfitters. Some good looking stuff. We're actually going to use them on our saltwater stuff too. So they got a nice line of inshore rods, so we can kind of branch into that. Everybody keeps asking, are we going to get inshore? Yes, we are. We're gonna attempt to get into that. What's some other stuff I got on there? Lures. We got all the new lures, full stock on all their new team series. Bass Mafia. A lot of stuff on Bass Mafia, including the most talked about swim bait in the country. We'll call it
It's the Zal.
the Zal Dangerous Mag Draft takeaway or whatever we're gonna call it. Well, we got them coming, folks. So they look good. look good. Looks. I'll be honest. This is a mag draft. I mean, it looks just like a mag draft. Feels like it. A little bit cheaper.
That is.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Little more affordable than a mag draft. Probably get about the same results. So we got them coming though. Everybody's asking, y'all gonna get them? Yes, we are. So got a lot of new stuff coming. A lot of right now I think it's all about the deer.
Yeah.
Trying to make sure that we got all the hunters around here, keeping everybody supplied with everything. So. And you'll see
pressure off fishing.
Yep.
Yeah.
About the time rut's over, you're gonna start seeing our fishing section blow up again. And not saying we're letting it run out now, but it will. There's a lot of stuff coming. It's gonna be great.
So let me catch up on a couple comments, and then we'll go
Okay.
back and comment on the things that Matt just done. Matt just like fire hosed us with all that stuff. Ryan said put Skeeter down for $200 worth. I think he posted that when we were talking about the slobber
Yep.
knocker.
Easily, Ryan. You know that.
Are we getting each color?
Yeah.
I'll take
Heck yeah.
3 of each.
Matter of fact, we got like
Of
I
each size, too.
hope Todd's watching. We got about 500 of each size, each color.
Let's
No,
go.
I'm sure.
Hey, I think if Todd is still here, we should get a test tank. We should build a test tank here and be able to like show people. We could just get a little aquarium off Facebook Marketplace.
What do you do when the plug's open?
When the what?
Who's gonna buy the open plugs?
What you mean?
I just wonder. Just asking.
The open plug. What do you?
Yeah.
say?
So what are you gonna do? We just gonna have testers? That's just a
Oh,
question.
yeah.
I'm not being
Oh,
smart.
yeah,
but
yeah, I
I'm
see.
just saying.
Yeah, we'll have a burner. We'll mark
We'll
that
have
one
a
down.
burner.
Yeah, we'll have
Okay.
a burner.
Yeah.
So basically, Todd's gonna buy a tank and then he's gonna give the tackle away for burners. I'll just see him where
he told me I could get a
where your
pet
heart
bass.
was.
He told me I could get a pet bass in here.
He got you a pond back there. You can have him in there.
So Marshall said, just got back to the house, setting up the Tacticam y'all sold me. Let's hope this cell cam lasts a while. Tacticams are killer. I'm glad you went with the Tacticam instead of the other brand that you had mentioned when you came in here. Thanks for stopping by the podcast. Also, I think you're gonna love the Tacticam. Matthew said, hush up about those jackhammers, Matt. Are you not a jackhammer fan?
Yeah.
Oh, you are?
Mm-hmm. I'm an anything fan that catches fish.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll throw whatever.
I like the Thunder Cricket. I like the jackhammer, and I still like the old school chatterbait.
Kyle Austin said, bass don't eat mag drafts, Matt.
Yeah, you're right, Kyle.
Inside jokes.
No, they eat one of those big, gigantic swim baits back there.
Mm-hmm.
So, actually, did you restock the mag drafts just because I was bugging you about them?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. So we got mag drafts here. Y'all, please come buy them. So Matt will stop making fun of me. Temple Fork Outfitters. I'm excited. I've been using some Temple Fork rods for the last few months. Todd right there. I've been using TFO rods for a few months off the recommendation of some friends. So I'm excited that we're getting their bass lineup too. So that I can expand my whole arsenal. Are you like brand loyal to a rod company?
Not necessarily. I mean, honestly, whatever Matt puts in my hand when I walk in the door.
Powell's?
I just say, here, take my money.
Right.
Now you're probably pretty heavy in Iowa.
Yeah,
And you like Denali too a lot.
yeah.
don't you?
Denali, I'd say I've got probably 50 rods, and same thing with reels. Most all my reels are high end reels and high end rods. I mean, I don't hardly own a rod that's, probably the cheapest rod I got is $150.
My man.
But I've always been that type of person. I want equality,
Right.
Sure.
and it's
It's something that lasts.
and it's definitely, like I said, the majority of the rods I've got, I would say 60% of them is probably all Denali, and
Yeah.
I've thoroughly enjoyed them. I've never had an issue with breakage on them. And then Daiwa, and then now Powell. I like the Powell rods definitely.
So I built the new garage. Built this beautiful, just this rod rack, because I always said once I get here, I'm gonna build the rod rack that I've always wanted, and I don't have to worry about it. So I built it. Turns out, I love it. Great.
But
But here's the but.
Uh-oh.
I didn't count how many rods I had. I knew for sure that 24 rods would be enough. I was just thinking, if Skeeter would have told me he had 50, I'm like, that's ridiculous. I had 34 rods on my
dang,
boat.
son.
34 rod and reels on my boat. And I'm like, yep. So I built the rod rack too small.
That means
Stacy, I miscounted if you're watching this. I only had 6.
He was borrowing.
Yeah,
That's
they were
right.
Skeeters.
That's
He
right.
let me borrow them.
Yeah, and that's something too. Like, I've been doing the whole bass fishing thing, like trying to be for real about it for about 2.5 years now. And going from the rods that I was using to the Temple Fork rods, even like playing around with the Phoenix rod, like you do get so much more if you're willing to spend a little bit more money. Like the quality in the components of what you're getting just jumps up exponentially. I mean, and I can't maybe verbalize it the way you guys can, but when I'm landing a fish with the TFO rods, I feel so much more confident than with my cheaper rods.
You get so much more sensitivity.
Yeah.
You know, the guys are, you know, better guys. Typically a Fuji guide, Fuji reel seat. I mean, all those little things that you wouldn't think really matters, it does. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, you get a highly sensitive rod, and then, you know, tungsten weight on a Texas rig, and you can literally you can count the pebbles that's coming across.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unreal.
Falcon rods. That's a good one, Justin. I'm reading the comments because TJ's slacking, but that's a good one. They actually make some really, really nice rods.
Oh yeah.
Could definitely check into that. Yeah, they make some good stuff.
I was picking my my fantasy. Do you play fantasy fishing?
When I remember to do it,
I forgot. I forgot too.
Last stop of the elite season. Y'all got to set your lineups by Friday. I was picking my lineup this morning, just thinking like I can't wait to pick Kyle Lawson every single one next year. So you can never go wrong with axle rods. I was about to say I've heard of those before. Actually, only from you, Brian. I don't really know anything about.
No, it's
ALX.
ALX. Yeah.
Are they from here?
Yeah,
they're actually in Aiken, South Carolina. Where they're made.
Good rod, local guy makes a good rod. I mean, that's just why there's so many different brands. Everybody loves or different things. You know what I mean?
And just about every rod manufacturer's got to where now, you know, they have technique specific rods for everything. So it's you know, it makes it a lot easier. I mean, you know, if you can get you a 7-foot medium heavy rod.
You call them axle rods.
I was wondering what you were about to explode about over here.
You had me over here.
Yeah, them axle rods are good.
Like, I've never heard of those. Like, Matt, order me one.
All right, guys. Good night. I'm just kidding. I think my next rod will be like a jerkbait specific rod. My friend Rob really loves throwing jerkbait, so I want a good setup when I'm out with him. But the
6'6",
6'10". Some people like 7 foot. Depends on which jerkbait you're going to throw.
And if you're going deep dive, you know, 110 plus 1 or regular 110, you know.
Y'all got to get me once our new TFO rods.
You'll find that, and the reason that everybody's got so many different rods is because a jerkbait rod may be great on a 110 plus 110, but then you go to throw a 110 plus 1 on it, and you're like, not really great for that.
Right.
And then you get a rod for that, and you go to throw a 110 junior, and it's like, well, neither one of these are really great for that. So then you got a rod for that, and all of a sudden, a couple years later, you got a rod for everything.
A couple years later, you have 6 rods in your garage.
Yeah, 6 rods.
Like,
6
rods.
rods.
Like me, just have a wall full of them. You're like, gosh, I have a problem, and I blame it all on that.
But after all those rods that I have, I probably have like 7 core rods that I would never leave without. One of them's a G Loomis GLX jig rod. One of my favorite. That's my favorite jig rod. It's just, you know, I got my couple flipping sticks that I always take wherever I go. You know, it doesn't matter where we're going to go fishing at, river, lake, Murray. I even try to punch mats at Murray on docks with no mats.
I'd say, honestly, I think my go-to, I mean, all-around best rod is Denali Lithium Pro. It's 843 WJ. It's a worm jig rod, 7-foot medium heavy action, and I mean that rod, from skipping a jig to a worm to throwing like a smaller popper style frog.
Sure.
And it's just all around great. I mean, it's designed for a worm and jig, but I said it like right now I've got one tied up on the boat, got a Booyah Pad Crusher Junior on there, throwing it on there. You know, because it's a lot easier to throw it on that to get it up under them low-lying trees, versus throwing on like a 7.4 Daiwa heavy. You know, that rod, you know, definitely throw a regular size frog on. It's hard throwing a little baby popper on there.
It is.
You can tell when a fish is looking at your bait with a G Loomis
Oh yeah.
Sometimes.
What would you throw a megabass big gabbit frog on? That's the only frog I throw.
That's a big frog.
7'6" heavy.
Yeah.
7'8".
That's a big frog.
So a couple.
How many fish have you caught on that megabass big gabbit?
I caught a few, like 2 in the pond.
You're Christian, you can't lie. How many fish?
I caught 2 in that.
It has been storming.
2 in the pond.
All right, you're good enough.
The week of the tournament.
You're thinking too long.
I caught the 1 in the tournament. I cut it off. If y'all want to see
You should have stopped with it. It doesn't
We all go
matter.
fishing
I
in
won
live.
a tournament.
I won a tournament on it.
You won a tournament on it.
I cut
Good
it
enough.
off. It's in my office now. I'll never fish with it again.
One liner. You got to get better with the one liner.
Yeah.
To be done.
We're teaching you, buddy. You're getting it.
I'm learning.
You're
You
learning.
need to go fish with me. I'll have you right with the punchlines.
You gotta be on your toes around that. It's like this all the time, y'all. Some cool stuff coming to the shop that we're really excited about. We have all the fall local boy, literally all of it. Definitely come check it out. They got some really cool new patterns. One thing that I'm personally excited about is the new Phantom stuff that we have coming, like our signature patch hats, like this one. You've never seen it on this hat before, so we got this patch put on some new hats, and so the new signature line. We have a bunch of them in. Definitely check them out on our website at phantomoutdoors.com, or come see us in person and check out these hats, because some are flex fit, some are on Richardson 112s, some are on Richardson 115s. Another thing is we're getting a new t-shirt design done. It'll be ready in about a week and a half to 2 weeks. And I'm really excited because this is going to be a hunting season specific shirt that's coming out. It's really unlike anything that's been on a Phantom t-shirt before.
I haven't even seen that yet.
No, you haven't. Literally, we were talking about the design, and I had said to Erica, I was like, "Do you trust me?" She's like, "I trust you." I was like, "All right." So she hasn't even seen it.
When I see it, I'm gonna thrash
you. Boy, when this shirt comes out, y'all are gonna love it. I'm really excited. And we're printing it on it's one of those like worn in shirts. It feels like a shirt, your favorite shirt that you've had forever.
Cool.
So
very good.
And it's gonna be in a really cool like greenish color that's not that olive color that is my favorite color, but been played out. So we got some really exciting Phantom apparel coming. It's not camo. It's just like a
high vis for us dog hunters.
High vis. That would have been a good idea. But along that, we are transitioning into hunting season, and if you do need your blaze orange hat, we have a ton with the Phantom logo on it. We'd love to see you guys posting those pics of your bucks on Instagram, tagging us at Phantom. We have the camo, we have the hats, we can get your license set up. Anything you need to get out there and get your deer this season, we've got you covered. Including we still have some feeders left.
We do. We got some capsules left. We just got some more in. Matter of fact, we've sold out. So we just got some capsules in. Got a lot of small feeders, like 30 gallon feeders, stuff like that. A couple 55-gallon drum feeders. So we're ready for y'all. Plenty of corn to put on them. All the good stuff.
All the deer, if it keeps raining, you're going to see a buck in a boat trying to make some corn.
It's been raining more.
That's true.
It seems like it rains every day now.
Oh, yeah.
So Matthew Dangerfield said, you got Skeeter on here and we're not talking about dog hunting. Let's talk about dog hunting for a minute.
I think we should.
Yeah, because Skeeter,
I think dog hunting is the lost art around here, because I grew up doing it. Okay. I love it. I haven't done it in years. I know Skeeter's big time, loves it.
Yeah.
How many dogs you got, Skeeter?
Right now I'm down to, let's see, I got 5 big dogs and 4 beagles left. And there were times where I've had over 20. Back when I was all straight beagles, and honestly, it's all my beagles just finally started getting old over the last few years, and it's slowly been, they've been dying off, and the dog's been with me 13, 14 years. And,
dang, that's cool.
I got a few left that's at that age still, but I only want to take them on like some special hunts that, something I can go in there and walk with them. They jump the deer and take off, and that's it. But they're just too old to get out there and go like they used to.
Yeah.
So.
I came across a TikTok account recently where there was a guy that had all his dogs in kennels, and people were commenting like, "That's so cruel to the dogs" and all that stuff. And he's like, showing them like, "Look, my dogs have all of this land that they run in all day. Like, you can't judge how these dogs are being treated really, really well."
Oh yeah.
Can you speak maybe? I think you're raising these and training these dogs in a way like you might create like a special bond with these animals that normal people probably wouldn't. Like,
Oh, yeah.
they all answer to your call, and
Yeah, I mean, most definitely. I mean, I had a beagle years ago that, honestly, that dog, you can take her out the pen, she go in the house, the best house dog you ever had. She never used the bathroom on the floor, nothing. I mean, walk out the house next morning and go jump a deer with her. I mean, that dog, she was awesome. I actually lost her earlier this year, and it's, you know, I ain't gonna lie, that one there kind of hit me. You know, I was like, man, you know, that dog there was with me through a lot of stuff over the last 14 years, you know, and killed a lot of deer ahead of her, and, you know, all the puppies I had off of her, killed a lot of deer ahead of that whole litter, and, you know, it's definitely a desire that I'll never give up.
yeah,
You know, it's a passion. It's something that I've got brought into at a young age, and it's been a low country, you know, thing for hundreds of years.
Right.
I mean, you know, there's some people that want to take it away. And don't get me wrong.
I'm not laughing at your story. I'm reading Ryan just put Skeeter is the best deer dog I've ever seen.
all Ryan would hear is "look out, pow." Never mind, I got him. I think Patrick Walters, he learned a lot that day.
Brandon said, "Get ready, Skeeter. Y'all just open the door for Ryan."
Well, he's already on there, Brandon. He beat you to the punch.
So Justin asked, dog hunting isn't allowed in a few game zones in South Carolina. Do you think they will eventually get rid of it altogether?
Justin, I will tell you this. I can remember, I know it's cut back a lot because we used to could hunt government woods a lot more days. Kind of was a game zone open, you know, Wumble, Santee, Northampton, where we could hunt somewhere every weekend. But since I was 13, I heard my daddy talking about they taking dog hunting away. Now I'm 42, and it's still here. I do think they're gonna cut down on it, but I don't think they'll ever.
They're pushing, and I will say, you know, they're pushing harder and harder nowadays. You know, we got a lot of people moving in from out of state that doesn't know anything about dog hunting.
That's right.
They go and lease, you know, 10 acres to hunt, and they think it's like it is up north, and it's not. You know, this is a southern tradition. It's something that's been around for hundreds of years in South Carolina, and, you know, luckily we have people in the Senate that are still fighting for us. At the same time, though, you know, we got a lot of people moving here every single day from out of state, and so they don't know our traditions.
Right.
And it's, you know, and that's mainly what it is. You know, and all us dog hunters, we will fight for it.
Sure.
If they end up making it illegal, you know, I mean, I hate to say it, there's going to be some that's still going to be doing it.
Absolutely.
You know? But
Sure.
at the same time, you know, there's a right way to do things, and there's a wrong way to do things, and unfortunately, there's some bad apples out there that give these out-of-towners that are just moving here, give dog hunters a bad name. You know, and not all of us are bad.
Right.
You know, we try to control our dogs to the best of our ability. We have, I mean, heck, y'all sell them. Y'all sell the Garmin Alphas, the TT15Xs. I mean, those collars alone are $350, $370 a piece.
Yep. Tracking box $1,200.
I've had over $15,000 in tracking collars at one time.
Wow.
I mean, it's, you know, it's an expensive hobby, but it's something that we do to try to control our dogs and make sure our dogs enjoy their time out there running our game to us, and that they get to go back home safely.
Yeah.
That's the main thing, and, you know, hopefully some of the steel hunters will understand that. You know, not all of us are bad.
Right.
You know, unfortunately, there are some bad apples out there, but, you know, there's bad apples in everything.
True. Fishing included.
Oh,
absolutely. Yes. So I am obviously just getting into hunting as well. Got to go sit in the stand for the first time on Sunday. Had a blast. Like, dog hunting seems light years away from me, but let's say there was someone that wanted to get into it. What's that barrier of entry look like? How would somebody get in?
The main thing is to find someone that you know that already does it,
right,
and visit with them to their club. Not technically, and if you've never been, you know, this is your first time going, what I would do is visit with them, not even take a gun. That way you can just sit back, watch, and learn.
Yeah.
You know.
And tell your wife you're not coming home till all the dogs is caught. Because visitors that go home at 4 o'clock and love everybody to catch dogs is not cool.
They're not even welcome back.
If they're an old school dog hunter, like, you know, a lot of us have been doing our whole life, you know, you'll have that one dog I've always had. His name was Alibi. That was always my alibi on why I was coming home late.
My man.
So,
Sure.
That's cool. It's actually cool. Like I got to sit in the stand Sunday, saw some does, and my wife got to sit with me, which was so cool that we got to do that together. But on the way home, now she's like, I want to get my license. How do I take the hunter safety course and stuff? So like, it's so cool. Like to what you said about find someone who's into it that can get you into it. Like there are so many people in this community that want to help you get into the outdoors, and that's something that Phantom is incredibly passionate about. And so if you want to get into fishing, if you want to get into hunting, like come see us and we'll put you in contact with someone that we trust to steer you in the right direction. I mean, I think about just a customer today who's been in here 3 times now, and I've helped her pick out tackle. She's so excited to get into fishing. Like that makes my whole day to be able to talk to her about learning and getting into it.
That's one of my favorite things to do since my wife started hunting. Is I love her hunting with me because it's good. She gets to see the whole deal. Well, he really did. You know, this is why.
About that.
Yeah, this is why he come home at 10 o'clock. This is why did it take 4 hours to trail a deer. She sees that. I mean, I love the quality time we get together. You know, I'm watching for deer. She's playing Candy Crush and ignoring me. No, it's great. I'm glad that she found interest in that. Now she wants nicer guns than me, and you know, it's just it's cool. It's something good to do. Anytime my kids they like it. You know, Skeeter's son. We had that talk this morning. Or was it this morning we were talking?
Yeah, this morning.
Yeah, about him wanting to go, and then his daughter was wanting to go now, and run dogs and all that. It's good. It's just the way. That's the last little bit of tradition we have. That's how we all grew up with our parents, and now we're carrying that on. Tradition's dying every day. So that all the daddies that you see, or mamas too, just hunting, fishing, doing anything with their kids. I mean, thank you for that. That's awesome. Carry on that tradition.
That's what, like the club that I hunt on. That's the main thing. Like on Saturdays, we cook breakfast, we cook lunch, we cook dinner, and it's a family gathering. The mothers come, the kids come. I mean, you go like last Saturday night. My son, he's like, I'm ready to go back to the club. So we went down there and we ate dinner, and he run around the camp all night long catching bullfrogs with 2 of the other members' daughters, and I'm over there like, yeah, he's flirting with y'all's daughters. He's catching all the bullfrogs for them. He's being a hunter for them. And I know that boy probably caught 20 bullfrogs out there around the camp that night. But that's what it's about. It's a tradition. Yeah. And you want all parties to be involved and enjoy it. Yeah. And it's like I was telling you earlier before we started the podcast. You had Ryan on here. Ryan's great on management. Ryan does a great job out there, no doubt. He knows anytime he needs to take out some does, he knows who to call. But on the dog hunting side of it, you go to some places, like we go on some special hunts where it's like, hey, it's got to be 4 on one side. I mean, pretty much it's got to be 8-point or better. But most of the dog clubs, hey, they come out there with 2 little nubs, Carolina 11-pointer, as we call it. We're dropping the hammer on it.
Carolina 11-pointer.
We like the slick heads. We like the Carolina 11-pointer. It don't matter. He can come out there with 1 horn and he's going to get shot. But, it's a tradition. Right. And that's what it's about. Some clubs still do the traditional thing of a member shoots a deer and you split the meat up.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
And that's kind of hard to see anymore. But I do go hunting some places that are still like that, where this member gets the ham, this member gets the tenderloin. Nowadays, it's pretty much you shoot the deer, you take it to the processor and drop it off, come on back to the club. Hey, hurry up, let's make another hunt.
The way we always did it, everybody's deer went in the same pile. We all skint together. We there was piles of meat all over the table on papers. Put a number on it, and you draw numbers for your meat. That way, you don't know what you were going to get.
Right. That's cool. Ray Wright said, hey, y'all. Hey, bud. Justin said he hasn't fished Santee Cooper much in the fall. See the Duck Fest is coming up. How will they catch them?
I can go ahead and tell you right now. Granted, that's October 1st. There's an old saying between me and one of my good buddies. September's about to be here, and we call that September.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Straight up.
Absolutely. Yep. I mean, I told Ryan last week, I said, I think September started in August.
Yeah.
I said, because this past month has just been horrendous for me. I mean, it's so bad. It's about as bad as Joe Biden trying to get on a bicycle and ride. I mean, that's how bad it's been going for me. But
This is definitely a Southern podcast.
yeah. I mean, it's just, this heat, man, it's tough.
It is.
It is. It's, I think, honestly, it's going to be the beginning of October. Somebody finds a shad, I think they can get on them. Been up there before in the fall and caught them good once I found a shad. But still, frog bite's still going to be going on. The main thing right now is I haven't been to the lake in a month probably, but by what I'm being told right now, you can stand at spires and as far as your eye can see, you see nothing but eelgrass.
Eelgrass, that's horrible.
And it's, we've all been saying the last few years that, we wish they let the grass go back. We let, the hydrilla come back, blah, blah, blah. Well, now in the past year, all this eelgrass has come up, and it has really hurt some of the guys that are hammers on brush. I mean, look at Brandon and Ryan. All the work they've done this year, them boys worked their tail off putting out brush. And just really didn't pay off to what they were expecting. And I think that's a lot to do with it, this eelgrass. And so now these fish have got way more cover with that eelgrass. You still got your stumps, your brush piles, your trees, but eelgrass everywhere now, it's changing the game on Singing T.
For sure. Coming back around.
Matthew Dangerfield said, don't forget cutting shirt tails.
Oh, yes.
I walked around with many cut shirt tails. You know what that is? All right, Southern tradition. You miss a deer, you get your shirt tail cut.
Okay.
That's how everybody
I just want to tell y'all.
Also, when you keep first deer, you get bloodied.
Yep.
I've heard, so,
and if you kill a buck,
I've heard.
Get something.
Get the old nuts around you. Sorry.
I've heard.
Filter, sir.
So
I've
only shot a doe several years ago. So, hey, I'm excited about all these traditions y'all are getting me into.
That's good. And all of it, I love hunting. Boy, I love hunting. I love fishing and all.
Seeing you Sunday was cool because you were like, I love this. This is my favorite day.
It is. It's one of my
hyped.
favorite things to do. But you know what? I love sitting in the stand. But be honest with you, that is probably the actual hunting is probably my least favorite thing.
Yeah.
Now, I don't mean it like that. I love it. But I loved the hour before we go to the stand when all the buddies is there. I love coming back to a good chicken bog and talking and telling lies and who saw this and I like that. I like the fellowship of it.
The same thing with fishing.
Same way
hour
with fishing.
Before blast off,
absolutely.
and afterwards telling lies about how many big fish we lost at the boat.
I told you this before. You will meet the best friends of your life doing what you love, hunting, fishing. When you meet people that do what you love, it's just great. And then, I mean, when you're at a weigh-in, you get to hang out with all your buddies.
Right.
Everybody there's your buddy, pretty much.
Yeah.
Same as hunt camp, we'll call it. I mean, everybody's there. You You see Todd, he cooks chicken bog. Ryan a cook or whatever. It's just fun. That group of guys and most of our wives come and it's just a great fellowship.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Fellowship when the ladies are there.
I think you still say
still
so.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Whoa. Did somebody ask how to get a country girl?
He said, how do you get a country girl's attention? Attract her.
Oh.
Skeeter, you always lose big fish.
I wasn't going to answer that.
Hit us up. Oh, sorry, buddy. That's all. That's
8
all.
o'clock.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy. We're close.
What's
I'd come help him, but he's already gone. That's about all we. Oh, I got one more thing. One more big topic. I'm fishing a tournament Saturday. We're fishing on the upper lake, Marion, out of a boat ramp I've never even been to called like something Alvin.
I thought you showed me it was Cathead.
It's not Cathead.
Alvin.
That's
I have to look it up.
I know. Gosh, Lee.
It's next to Potato Creek, but it's not.
Yeah, it's
Potato
on
Creek.
that side over there. I can't remember the name of the highway that it's off of, but I know what you're talking about.
I'm fishing with local legend Robin Rogers.
Well, he is a legend.
If y'all on Potato Creek, I mean,
what should we be? We're going to practice tomorrow. What should we be doing?
I'd be hitting them docks.
I throw a 12-inch swim bait all day in the middle.
Skip
I'm
the
not throwing
mag
it.
graph as far as you can on that knee. Actually, what I would do, I'd put in and never back out the throttle. I'd go to the hatchery, And I would throw a jigging spoon all day long at every stop.
I like that.
Ryan said Alex Harvin landing.
Alex
There you go.
Harvin. There you
There
go,
it is.
Ryan.
What did I say that
Haven or something. I don't know.
Haven. No, you said Alvin.
You're lost.
Alvin, yeah. See,
Not Alvin and the
There you
Chipmunks.
go. Good job,
I
Ryan.
put it together. Ryan, are you fishing with us? That'd be fun.
That's good. It ought to be good.
Yeah.
So now we just got to get you planned out to come dog hunt this year.
But it's going to be another tournament that's tough.
Yeah.
Won't take a lot of weight to win that one.
No,
But
I don't.
all right,
think
now
so.
back to Skeeter. Go.
Oh,
dog
back to
hunting.
Skeeter. Me go dog hunting?
How does the moon cut his hair? Eclipse it. Raymond Wright, who are you? You got me reading the silly stuff.
You're reading dad jokes. We're trying to talk about dog hunting. I'm down to do anything. Anything you guys want to take me to experience?
Oh, he was inviting me, not you. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You ain't made it that level yet.
Let's go.
The new Chad.
New Chad.
I walked in here the first time he was here, and I was like, "Where's Chad?" He's like, "I'm the new Chad." I'm like, "No, you're not.
You're not.
I'm
Who
not.
are you?"
I like that one.
I think
Eclipse it.
Matt's gonna go home and tell his kids.
I'm gonna
this
tell my
joke.
wife that. How does the moon cut her hair? Eclipse it.
That's all I got on the paper. What y'all got?
Yeah, it was a good one, man. It
was a good one.
I enjoyed it. And me and Ryan was talking about it earlier. So that's going to be the fastest podcast ever with Skeeter. And I said, it is. This one feels like we've been talking 15 minutes.
It really does.
It was good.
I was expecting more out the peanut gallery on the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was,
really
it was
was.
only them two.
I thought Ryan was gonna get on there and really hammer me, but
I think like the past two have been really fun. Like we're starting to kind of find our rhythm as podcasters, Matt.
Yeah. Well, I'm not. Yeah. We'll go with that.
He said, "I'm just a buddy of Tej. He's a great man and a great friend."
how much
Second,
you pay
Matt.
that guy? Did you pay him in Bitcoin?
Didn't you just say you don't know who Raymond Wright is?
No, I did. I said
I think he's paying these people off of Bitcoin.
Maybe.
I needed some fans.
There you go.
No,
it's fun. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, we thank you guys for watching. We have a couple minutes left. If you guys want to throw anything, we'll call this Q&A section. Don't forget to hit us up on all of our socials. I know Ryan has been waiting for us to get to 1,000 on TikTok to see Matt do some kind of dance or do the whole
Car wash
thing. Yeah.
Or,
Matt'll do it.
it'd be a boat wash.
I like the car.
boat
I like
wash.
the car wash challenge. I think it's fun. I think them guys are good sports. They did a
yeah.
good job.
Most definitely.
I would love for Phantom to. I'm calling y'all boys out for Phantom to absolutely crush them in the car wash challenge. But we
Alright.
ain't got no cars.
We can wash a
That's what I'm
boat.
saying. Wash the basket.
The bass cat does need to be washed.
That's-
And ran. You're my only. No.
TJ, what is? I'm your only. Oh, you're okay.
Yeah.
I thought that
You
was
on
one of them.
OnlyFans.com?
Only fan. What was that thing? You know the.
I'm talking about the site that you like.
Yeah.
No.
I was about,
Are you
that's
showing
what
off your feet on?
I went the wrong way.
Feetfinder.com. No, I'm not on those. How can I catch more fish on swim baits?
But the best
Keep
way I can
throwing
tell you
it.
is to keep throwing them. That's
You got to build confidence
Yeah.
in it. I mean, can't just pick it up and throw it for 10 minutes and they ain't biting this and pick
Right.
up something else.
you getting them loaded up now. They call 'em-
Bill Hernan said, I could tell some hunting stories about Skeeter Wayne Crosby.
Oh, boy.
Dang, full name. And then Nicholas Segura. Hey, are you related to Tom Segura? Tri River Bass Club is just being easy on Skeeter tonight. Just wait, though. It's coming. That's your club, right?
Yeah, that's my club. Was that Nick?
Yeah.
Don't worry, Nick. I'll still be in the top 3 championship again.
Oh, got him.
Cash and check.
I just noticed the rest of the Phantom crew.
Mhm.
They went home and left all the stuff out there on the porch.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
So
Oh
how
my
many bags
gosh.
of Cinco's do I get for helping load that up?
Hey, all
We'll slide you
y'all
one.
getting a written counseling in the morning.
I want a
Every
new slobber
Phantom crew
knocker.
watching this.
Dang. I can't believe y'all left us like that. Well, guys, I think that's it. I think that's the show.
Awesome, man.
Thank you
Enjoyed
guys
it.
so much
Thank
for
y'all
watching.
so much. Come
See
and
you
see
guys.
us.
Oh, serious question. Is a DC really necessary? I think you have a really good take on DC reels.
I have a good take on them. Necessary? No.
I think the Corrado throw is better than the DC.
Where
Honestly.
I did find that the DC was cool was throwing a number 5 shad wrap in the wind. I have a reel that costs 3 times as much as that throws a number 5 shad wrap in the wind really well, but for $199, it did throw light baits really, really well.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, I don't think it's necessary. But I do think it is a good tool to have in the shed.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
With that, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll be live again in 2 weeks right here on our Facebook for Phantom Live. Don't forget you can catch the replay here on Facebook or on our YouTube channel. Follow us on all socials. Make sure you check us out at phantomoutdoors.com. If you can't come into the shop, maybe you're watching from all over the country, we ship nationwide, and we have everything you need for the outdoors. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to Skeeter for coming on. Hope you guys enjoyed Skeeter as well. You guys give it up for Matt, always holding it down. And I will catch you guys on the next one.